Hi guys, welcome to another review. This time I'm gonna review Iron Man 3. As usual, I keep saying that this is gonna be a short video. Hopefully, it's gonna be a short video. Um, I always say that, but okay, the Iron Man 3 I saw 2 days ago, and my review straight off is about I give it over 10. I give it 9.5 over 10. It's really a good movie. Yeah, I prefer this over part one and part two. Um, the plot. I will start with plot. The plot is about Iron Man going up against the Mantis, which is a villain in the superhero comic book superhero thing. If you're not into the comics, so I don't think it's necessary for you to understand what the plot is about. You don't have to need to read the comic book to enjoy the movie. Um, for those who are followers of the Iron Man comic book, it's a combination of a lot of stories. I would say the extremist stories, and then the Detroit. There's a Detroit fusion or something. Maya Hansen character is inside that story. Also, the Mandarin story, and then also Shane's story. A lot of they jumble up a lot of story arcs from the comic book, and then to create this movie for plot for part three. Uh, never mind. The details of it. Why do I like Iron Man 3? Well, the reason, simple. I like the story. For me, the most important thing is story. If you a lot of people can do special effects. A lot of people can do technical stuff. Technical stuff can be learned. So if you go to ILM, you give them, I don't know, 10 million or 100 million. I am sure they can come up with the best CGI graphics and whatnot. So as I said, technically, anybody who have the money or the know-how can create great special effects. My example is Transformers. Transformers have great special effects, but not many people can create a good story. There are so few writers. The great writers like Hemingway and stuff like that. There's not many of them in Malaysia. There's not many people who can write good stories, who are novelists. We don't have great novelists. So if you don't have because writers are creators of stories, plots are rare, because the plot comes from imagination, ideas, imaginations, and fantasies or whatever will form inside their head that you cannot learn, you cannot be taught in school. Some people have it, some people don't. That's why there's Hemingway. That's why there's George Lucas. That's why everybody have their own niche, because writers are creators. Creators are few, but engineers, technician, computer, language, whatever, it's a lot. So you can create CGI, but you cannot create special effects. I know I'm rambling. So for me, when I watch movies, I go for the story. If the story is good, it's original, and that will get my votes. CGI doesn't mean a thing. Nowadays, anybody can have a good CGI. Even in Malaysia, KRU production, they have learned how to do CGI. So to me, it's a matter of time and money and knowledge. Then you can create good CGI in the movies. But story wise, it's not. It's about you have it or you don't have it. So that's very rare. But that's why it's a commodity. So Iron Man 3, in that respect, have good storyline. I have to admit, it's not original. What I mean by it's not original, it has been done before. You have seen other movies done it before. One element such is, it's a formula. They try Hollywood because they know they cannot come up with good stories. It's like I said, they try to come up with a formula how to do great movies, how to do great plot. So what they do is they create formulas. Formulas is like they patch good element from other movies that resonates, and then they mix and match all those things. Elements such as romance is always popular, and then elements of bonding between father and son. So in this Iron Man story, you have Iron Man, Tony Stark met a boy, and they have a bonding session, and that is a good formula. It's in here, and then you have what part one and part two doesn't have, which is it is a great villain in the Mandarin. The Mandarin to me is one of the best character, best villain, and then you have plot twist. They learn it from M. Night Shyamalan and other great filmmakers. Yeah, you need to have plot twist, and in Iron Man 3 there is a great plot twist, and I won't spoil it to you, but it's regarding the Mandarin. So that to me, I never expected it. So I mean that's good. That's good. Is it new? No, it's not new. It's been done before, but they did it very well, and I like it how they pull it off. So there are those good elements, and then the other elements that I like. I mean that is not really rarely touched, but in movies of this sci-fi action, is the human story where Brad Bird, who directs the Toy Stories and then for Pixar and stuff like, he's one of the directors who uses this a lot, which is the reliance on the heart, on the human condition, human characters, focus on that. Even when he does the Ratatouille kind of thing, the focus is on human nature, human instinct, human values, So in this movie, like they keep highlighting the trailer that they have Iron Man have all this armor, and then the end of it, I don't want to spoil it, but I have to say the end of it, he decided, very crucial thing, he decided that you can be something else without all this all this wealth, all this material stuff. You are still you. I mean, that's the message I get from the Iron Man, from Tony Stark adventure, is that you are still you, no matter take away the wealth, take away the mansion, take away the Iron Man suit. Tony Stark will always be Tony Stark. He will always be Iron Man. So you can take all of that away, but you cannot take the man away unless you give up. And that's a good message. I think that's the humanistic message that at the end of it that comes out. So that the rich mansion doesn't matter, wealth doesn't matter, nice suits, nice armor, all these toys doesn't matter. What's important is the human character, the human self, the human being. So that's a message that is so good, so universal, but rarely been done well in movies. But they done it in here, and I love it. I love Iron Man 3, and I hope they do. I'm sure they're gonna come out with part 4, and this is why I like it. Is there any weakness in the movie? I don't seem to get any weakness. I don't see any flaw in the movie. I just enjoyed myself. There was no annoying thing, and I like everything they presented. The plot twist, the villain. And this is another thing that I always say, that you have to develop good villains. To have a great superhero story, you have to develop great villains. This is what Avengers doesn't have. For me, in my opinion, Avengers doesn't have great villain. Iron Man 1 doesn't have great villain. Iron Man 2 have very weak villain. If you have a weak villain, you will have a very lame story, because who cares if that villain get beaten up or whatnot? There's nothing. It's not monumental, Part 1 has bad. Iron Man 1 has that villain doesn't make, it wasn't like, the story was good, but the villain was bad in part 1, so it didn't work. Part 2, Mickey Rourke really was uninspiring. I really didn't like at all part 2. And then Avengers came on, and then Avengers had really the villain wasn't like so convincing. I mean, they take Loki was supposed to be the villain, but it was not really Loki. It was some sort of alien thing. He had to beat this alien thing and it was not, it wasn't the all thing, the all villain, you know, whatever Avengers was trying to sell you. But Iron Man 3 have a great villain. The Mandarin is a great villain. There is I said there's a twist. I don't want to spoil it to you, but they pull it off. It is a surprising thing. It's a good villain, good ending. I love the movie, and I give it, like I said, 9.5 over 10. It is such a good movie. Is it original? No, it's not original. But they took elements, make it a good formula, present it in such a good way, and they have that message at the end that I like. That I think a lot of people miss that point. Like a lot of us, I mean, we tend to judge the status of the person by what he has, what car he drives, how many toys he have and stuff like that. You know, what kind of armor, superhero power, whatever. That's not important for me. The important thing is the human being, the human character, who you are, what you do with your life. That's more important in the world. So you don't have to have superpowers to be courageous, to be noble, to be to do the right thing. Is everybody can do that. It's inside of you. So that human message is universal, and to an extent, Iron Man 3 managed to bring it up and managed to present that. And that Tony character, Tony Stark, is now on that journey, which I think is quite good. And this is my short review of Iron Man 3, and thanks for watching.